Hello everyone, this is KD here. In this video, we are going to learn about the English grammar topic pronouns and adjectives and its relationship. We are going to see in this video what is the relationship of pronouns and adjectives. So enjoy digital learning. All of us, we are studying pronouns and adjectives in our class, and since class 1 or 2 onwards, all of you must have learned till now what are pronouns and adjectives. Pronouns and adjectives are the parts of speech in English. In junior classes, still you are in junior classes, but you have already been taught what are pronouns and what are adjectives. If simply anybody asks you what are pronouns or what are adjectives, you simply give the answer. The words which comes in place of a nouns are called pronouns, and the words which describe the noun and other type of pronouns are called adjectives. That means pronoun is associated with noun and adjectives is associated with noun and pronoun. Pronouns qualifies noun and adjectives qualifies pronoun and noun. That's mean between pronouns and adjectives, noun is common. That's mean both this pronoun and adjectives are associated with nouns. So in this video, we are going to see the relationship of these two parts of speech of English, that is pronouns and adjectives. In this video, I am going to revise with you little bit pronouns and adjective. I am going to introduce you again so that you can refresh it again, and then I will show you the difference between them. You have already been taught what are pronouns and adjectives, but in this video we are going to see how these pronouns and adjectives are interrelated with each other, how they are related with each other, and what is the relation between them. We are going to see these important aspects in this video. So pay attention, keep on watching the video, and attentively watch the video and understand. Now let's start with the definition of each. Now, what are adjectives? Adjectives are words that describes the qualities or states of being of nouns. For example, enormous, which means very big. Dog-like means like dog. Silly means a type of foolish. Yellow, name of color. Fun, actually should be funny. Fast, that means how the person is related with speed. They can also be described the quantity of nouns, that's mean many, few, millions, 11, that's mean these are numbers. These also come under the categories of adjectives. So adjectives are describing words. I have told you what is the definition of adjective. Now let's move further. Now adjectives modify nouns. How adjectives modify nouns? Let's see. How it changes nouns? Let's see. Most students learn that adjectives are words that modify or describe nouns. Adjectives do not modify verbs or adverbs or other adjectives. Now let's see this fact with the help of some examples. First example, Margaret wore a beautiful hat to the pie eating contest. Here we can see the bold word beautiful is modifying the hat, the noun hat. That is why beautiful is adjective. Next example, furry dogs, that means angry dogs. Furry dogs may overheat in the summertime. Actually furry mean the birds with full of fur. Generally these furry dogs are angry type of birds. These furry which have lots of fur on their bodies. So furry dogs may overheat in the summertime. Here the bold letter furry is adjective. Why? Because it is describing, the word furry is describing the noun dogs. That's why furry is adjective. Now let's see the next example. My cake should have 16 candles. Here 16 is adjective. Why? Because it is modifying the nouns candles. How many candles? 16 candles. 16 is a number, but any type of number comes under the category of adjective because it describes noun. Now the last example we can see here. The scariest, when we get scared, when we get afraid, it is called, the adjective is formed from there. The scariest villain of all time is Darth Vader. Here scariest is adjective. Why? Because it is describing the noun villain. So in the sentences above, the adjectives are easy to spot because they come immediately before the nouns they modify. Point to be noted. In the sentences above, the adjectives are easy to spot because they come immediately before the nouns they modify. Generally, adjectives are placed before a noun, so it's very easy to spot them and identify them. Now move ahead. Now we are going to see the uses of adjectives. We are going to see the uses of adjectives here. Adjective tells the reader how much or how many of something you are talking about, which things you want passed to you, or which kind of something you want. For example, please use 3 white flowers in the arrangement. Three and white are modifying flowers. That's why they're adjectives. Often, when adjectives are used together, you should separate them with a comma or conjunction. See coordinate adjective below for more detail. Example. Two examples are given here, we can see. First example, I am looking for a small, good-tempered dog to keep as a pet. Here you can see small, good-tempered, both adjective. Between them we have given comma. Next example, my new dog is small and good-tempered. Here, small and good-tempered both adjective, but we have separated them by using and. So these were the uses of adjectives. Now let's come to pronouns. We are going to see what are pronouns. Pronouns make up a small subcategory of nouns. The distinguishing characteristics of pronouns is that they can be substituted for other nouns. For instance, if you are telling a story about your sister, Sarah, the story will begin to sound repetitive if you keep repeating Sarah over and over again. So to avoid this repetition and to look the sentences sound good, we use pronoun. For example, Sarah has always loved fashion. Sarah announced that Sarah wants to go to fashion school. We could try to mix it up sometimes, referring to Sarah as my sister, but then it sounds like you are referring to two different people. For example, Sarah has always loved fashion. My sister announced that Sarah wants to go to fashion school. Instead, you can use the pronoun she and her to refer to Sarah. Example, Sarah has always loved fashion. She announced that she wants to go to fashion school. So we can see that Sarah has been replaced by using she and her, which make the sentence look and sound good. Now, we are going to see the types of pronouns. Now let's see what are the different types of pronouns. The different types of pronouns are personal pronoun, used for a specific object or person like I, you, we, me. Then demonstrative pronoun, which is used to show or identify demonstrative pronoun used to show or identify one or a number of nouns that may be far or near in distance or time. For example, this, that, these, those. Then interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun used to ask question about a person or object that we do not know about. For example, who, which, what, whoever, whichever. Then relative pronoun. Relative pronoun used to join or relate two different clauses together by referring to the noun in the previous clause using the pronoun. For example, who, whose, which, that. Then indefinite pronoun. It is used to show unspecified object or people, whether in plural or in singular. For example, someone, anybody, anyone, nowhere, few, many, nothing. Then reflexive and intensive pronoun. This type of pronoun is used to indicate a noun which has been used in an earlier part of the same sentence. For example, myself, themselves, herself, himself, etc. Now reciprocal pronoun. Reciprocal pronoun is used when two or more nouns are doing or being the same to one another. For example, each other, one another. So these I have explained the different types of pronoun. Now let's come to classification of adjectives. What are different types of adjectives? Adjectives of quality. Adjective of quality tell all about the kind of noun. Then adjective of quantity, it tell about the quantity of noun. Then adjective of number, it tell about the number of nouns. Then demonstrative adjective, it point out to the noun. Interrogative adjective, this adjective is used to ask question. And possessive adjective, it is used to show possession. So I have explained the types of pronoun and types of adjectives also. Now move ahead. Now let's see what is the difference between pronouns and adjective. We are going to see the difference between pronoun and adjective, which also establishes the relationship between them. So understand properly. Here we can see the difference. What is the difference between noun and pronoun? Here we can see the possessive adjective, that is possessive determines, and possessive pronouns. We can see the difference here. We can see my, your, his, her, its, our, their. These are possessive adjective, whereas mine, yours, his, hers, ours, theirs are possessive pronouns. We can see here my, this is my book, which is example of possessive adjective. This book is mine. When we use mine, it becomes possessive pronoun. Then, is this your umbrella? When we use your, it is possessive adjective. Is this yours? When we use s with your, then it becomes possessive pronoun. So in this chart, you can see the difference between possessive adjective and possessive pronoun. If you observe it properly, you can see. You can note here that wherever there are possessive adjective, the possessive adjective is placed just before the noun. My is put before book, your is put before umbrella, then her is put before car, his is put before jacket. That means generally one can observe that possessive adjectives are generally put before noun, whereas possessive pronouns is put generally after the noun also or before the verb. You can see after the verb we can use possessive pronoun. Now let's come to demonstrative adjective and demonstrative pronoun. Let's see demonstrative adjective versus demonstrative pronoun. What are the difference between them? Demonstrative adjective modify the nouns, whereas demonstrative pronoun replace the noun. Demonstrative adjectives are followed by a noun, whereas demonstrative pronouns are not followed by a noun. Demonstrative adjectives are not followed by the main verb, whereas demonstrative pronouns are often followed by the main verb. So this was the difference between demonstrative adjective and demonstrative pronoun. We can see here also the list of personal pronoun, possessive adjective and possessive pronoun. You can see this list. I is come under personal pronoun, whereas my is possessive adjective and mine is possessive pronoun. You is personal pronoun Your is possessive adjective and yours is possessive pronoun. Like that, he is personal pronoun, his is possessive adjective, and his is possessive pronoun also. Like that, she is personal pronoun, her is possessive adjective, and hers is possessive pronoun. Like that, it, its, we, our, ours, you, your, yours, and they, their, theirs. You can see. So I hope you have understood till here.